Ayo guys, it's your boy MidnightSnorlax and we back again with another Q video. So for this video, it's just gonna be another day playing leagues. So let's go playing leagues, and we have like 49 minutes left before this gameplay or this league game will restart. So let's select deck. So for this game, we're gonna be using the mythical trio deck. So for this mythical trio deck, it only consists of my mythical cards that I have acquired. I have like 3 mythical cards in here: the Grim Reaper, the Chupacabra, and the Kraken. And then for the rest are the cards that I usually use to my past decks. So if you guys are interested about what cards did I use in this deck, I'm gonna be putting it in the link. I'm gonna be putting it in the description box. So if you guys want to check it out. So we have finally reached rank 5 Hercules. So we will need like 4 shields in order to move up. So we're going inside the game. Okay, so now we're starting up with the Space Arena. So we activate the Raphael activates ability by burning all of the cards in our opponent's hand. Thanks to German Shepherd, we gain plus 10 energy points, and then thanks to Sons of Liberty, our energy cost was deducted to 1. So I'm gonna be using the Cockatrice, the Kumamoto Castle, and then the Raphael. So we have 184, our opponent has 71, and then thanks to cheese rolling, our opponent has 200, additional of 200, so we have the disadvantage in here. Our Cockatrice locks a random card for 3 turns in our opponent's hand, and then our opponent has a deduction of 80 points. So in here, we're going to be using the Bactrian Camel. So we have 180. We're going to be using the Sons of Liberty, and then we're going to be using the German Shepherd. So we have 312. Our opponent has 70. Gains 25 to both cards, 120. So we have the advantage in here, and our opponent has the disadvantage. So for this, our Queen Victoria and Prince Albert activates ability by adding plus 1 energy cost to a random card, and then our Chupacabra activates its ability by deducting energy points to both of our cards and the opponent's cards. So we're gonna be using the Chupacabra, and then let's use the Pulley, and in case if our opponent has a higher points, let's use the Caravaggio. So we have 125. Our opponent has negative 14 plus 30, 16. So we have the advantage in here. Okay, so we win this round. Now we're moving on to Arts and Culture Arena. So for this, we're gonna be using the Dusky Dolphin and then the Kraken. And then we're gonna be using the Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. So we have 200 energy points, and our opponent has 142. So we have the advantage in here. So our opponent gains an additional energy points per turn. So in here, we're gonna be using the Katana and the Martin Luther King Jr. So we have 82 energy points, and then our opponent has 187 energy points. Additional of 3 points to alter card, 196. The reason why I use both of them, because I'm going to be saving this cheese rolling for later, so that we could make a combo with the cheese rolling, Helen Keller, and defensing. If ever we lose this one, we'll gain an additional points from the Helen Keller. So for this, I'm going to be using the Grim Reaper, and then I will be using the Cockatrice. So we have 98 energy points, and then our opponent has 134. Now has 84 because of our Grim Reaper. It deducts the coffee of 50 points. Our Cockatrice locks a random card for 3 turns. So since we didn't cross the enemy side of the line, we lost this round. So now we're in the space arena. Our Raphael burns all of the cards in our opponent's hand, so let's use the combo Cheese Rolling, the Fencing, and then let's use Helen Keller. Since we lost, we gain an additional 15 points per turn. So we have 360. Our opponent has 210. Additional points of 200, 410. So our opponent has the advantage in here and we have the disadvantage. So we have a deduction of 65, our opponent has a deduction of 42. So I think we are going to be losing this round, but let's see if we will lose or win this round. So our German Shepherd activates his ability by adding 10 energy points to our cards, and then the Sons of Liberty activates his ability by deducting 1 energy points to all of our cards. So we're going to be using the Bactrian Camel, and then let's use the Kumamoto Castle, and then let's use the Sons of Liberty. So we have 230, our opponent has 26, gains 25 points, 51. So we have the advantage in here and we cross the enemy's side of the line. Okay, so for this, our pulley locks a random card. Our Chupacabra activates its ability by deducting our points and our enemy's cards. So let's use the Chupacabra, and then let's use the Raphael, and then let's use the Caravaggio. Our opponent has 31, gains plus 30, 61. So we have the advantage in here since we have 65 and we win this round. So that was a close call. Our opponent has like 400 plus at the start, and then we have like 360. So I thought our opponent was winning that one, but thankfully we won that round. So for this, we're gonna be using the Dusky Dolphin and then the Kraken. We have 205, and then I'm gonna be using the Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. So we have 245. Our opponent has 126. So we have the advantage in here. Oops. Okay, so for this turn, I'm planning to use the Grim Reaper and then the Katana. And then let's use the Martin Luther King Jr. So we have 158, our opponent has 210, has a deduction in a random card of 50 points permanently. So our opponent has 219 and we have 158. We have the disadvantage, but we cross the enemy side of the line. And then we deduct 32 energy cost to our opponent's hand. But now it's 24. So let's use the pulley and then German Shepherd, and let's use the Cockatrice. So we have 136. Our opponent has 111. So we have the advantage in here and we win this game. Okay, that was a great game. Our opponent has a great deck. Yeah, so let's give our opponent a great deck. That was a good game and a close call. We almost lost this game. So let's play another game of League. We have 39 minutes left before this game will restart. Hopefully we could collect 3 shields so that we could be rank 4. So in here we're gonna be using mythical trio deck again. So let's find for opponents. So we don't know if we're gonna be winning or losing in here because rank 5 is a tough rank. We're gonna be meeting a lot of players that has great decks. So I'm not sure if we're gonna be battling like players from rank 5 only or players also from rank 4 to 1 or random players. Okay, starting up, we are starting with a Science Arena. So our Raphael activates his ability by burning all of the cards in our opponent's hand. And then German Shepherd activates his ability by giving us plus 10 energy points. So let's use the German Shepherd, the Raphael, and then let's use the Katana. So we have 161, our opponent has 322. Gains plus 5 to both cards, around 332. So we have the disadvantage in here. Our Katana deducts 32 energy points per turn. So in here, our Sons of Liberty activates ability by deducting the energy cost in our cards, all of our cards, by 1. So let's use Sons of Liberty, the Caravaggio, and Martin Luther King Jr. So we have 151. Our opponent has 132. Thanks to Martin Luther King Jr., our opponent gains 192. So we have the disadvantage in here. But our Caravaggio activates its ability by burning the remaining cards in our opponent's hand. So our Pulley activates ability by locking a random card, and Queen Victoria and Prince Albert activates its ability by adding 1 energy cost to all of the enemy's cards. So let's use the Queen Victoria and Prince Albert and Pulley. So we're gonna be losing this round because we have 97 and our opponent has 219. Gains 25 points, 244. That was an awesome science combo. So we lost this round and we're moving to Space Arena. Our Chupacabra activates its ability by deducting both of our cards and our enemy's cards. So in here we're going to be using Helen Keller. Since we lost, we gain 15 energy points per turn. We're going to be using Chupacabra. And then let's use Kraken, or let's use the Bactrian Camel. So we have 192. Our opponent has 191. Gains an additional point, 236. So we have the disadvantage in here. So our Dusky Dolphin activates ability by gaining plus 2 energy cost. So let's use Dusky Dolphin, the Kraken, and then let's use the Kumamoto Castle. So we have 270. Our opponent has 142. Now 125. We have the advantage in here. And we cross the enemy side of the line. So for this turn, I'm gonna be using the Grim Reaper. So let's use the Grim Reaper. Let's use the Katana, and then let's use the Cockatrice. So we have 145. Our opponent has 260. The Grim Reaper activates ability by deducting a random card of 50. So apparently we have the disadvantage in here. lock random card for 3 turns. So we lost 2 times. If we lost this round, we are gonna be losing the game. So we gain plus 10 to all of our cards. Let's use the cheese rolling, the fencing, and then let's use the Raphael. We have 425, our opponent has 211, plus 20 to all, 271. We have the advantage in here. So we have a deduction points around 35. So let's use in here the Sons of Liberty. So we have 105 because we're in the history arena, and so let's use the pulley and then Martin Luther King Jr. Or let's remove this and then let's put German Shepherd instead. So we have 206, our opponent has 112. Means additional point 120. So we have the advantage in here. Our Queen Victoria activates its ability by by adding 1 energy cost in their card, and then our Chupacabra activates ability by deducting both of our cards in our opponent's hand. So let's use the Queen Victoria, Chupacabra, and let's use Helen Keller. So we have 127, our opponent has 177, plus 15 to both cards, 207, plus 11 to all, 229. We have the disadvantage, but we cross the enemy's side of the line. So we win this round. Moving on, next round we're in the space arena. So since we have Dusky Dolphin, let's use the Kraken and Dusky Dolphin. So we have 220, and then let's try to use the Bactrian Camel. Let's use the pulley instead. So we have 256. Our opponent has 230, now 280. So we have the disadvantage in here. And then let's see what we're gonna get in the next turn. So in here we're gonna be using the Grim Reaper, the Bactrian Camel, and we're gonna be using the Kumamoto Castle. So we have 284, our opponent has 186. Now our opponent has 191. So we have the advantage in here, and we cross the enemy's side of the line. So for this, we're gonna be using the Katana, and then the Cockatrice, and then we're gonna be using the Caravaggio. So we have 107. I think our opponent has a huge points. So our opponent has 400 plus energy points. So we lost this round, and we lost this game. That was an awesome deck. A good game though. We got lucky. We won 1 round only. So let's give our opponent a great deck. Our opponent's a great deck. Our opponent has that science combo. It's amazing. So let's play another game of leagues. So if we lose this round, this is gonna be the last game. Let's use Mythical Trio again. Okay, we found another opponent. Okay, so for starting up, we're in the history arena. Raphael activates his ability by burning all the cards in our opponent's hand. So in here we're gonna be using the Katana, the Raphael, and then let's use Martin Luther King Jr. We have 174, our opponent has 153. Plus 6 to all, 171. Plus 5 to all, 86. And a plus 5 to all again, 201. So we have the disadvantage in here. Our Katana activates ability, deducting 32 energy points per turn. Our Queen Victoria and Prince Albert activates its ability by deducting or by adding +1 energy cost to all of the cards. So we're going to be using Queen Victoria and Prince Albert, the Bactrian Camel, and the Caravaggio. So we have 203. Our opponent has 113. Gains additional 3 points, 116. So we have the advantage in here. So in here we're gonna be using the Grim Reaper, and then we are gonna be using the Kraken. We have 111. And our opponent has 163. The Grim Reaper deducts 50 points permanently to a random card to our opponent's hand. So our opponent has around 218, so we lost this round. Moving on to the next round, we're in the arts and culture arena. We have an additional points to our arts and culture, so let's use the cheese rolling, fencing, and the Helen Keller. We have 364. Our opponent has 92 and now 95, so we have the advantage in here. Then we have a deduction points of 35. Our Sons of Liberty deducts our energy cost in our hand, in our cards in hand. So let's use the Chupacabra, the Cockatrice, and then let's use the Sons of Liberty. So we have 137. Our opponent has 117 plus 7 to both cards, 131 plus 7 again to both cards, 145. So we have the advantage in here. Our Cockatrice locks a random card for 3 turns. Okay, so now we have the Dusky Dolphin. We have additional 2 points. Our pulley locks a random card, so let's use the Dusky Dolphin, the Raphael, and then let's use the Kumamoto Castle. We have 212. Our opponent has 132. And then now our opponent has 154. So we have the advantage in here and we win this round. Okay, moving on, we're in the science arena. Queen Victoria and Prince Albert adds +1 energy cost to all of our opponent's card. So let's use the German Shepherd, the Pulley, and the Martin Luther King Jr. We have 199. Our opponent has 284. Our opponent has 324. And then 342. So our opponent has the advantage in here and we're gonna be losing this turn. So let's use the Katana. And then let's use the Bactrian Camel. And then let's use the Grim Reaper. So let's see what our opponent is gonna use. Our opponent's still choosing Our opponent has 179 and then 182. So we have the advantage in here, but we didn't cross the enemy side of the line. So in here, I think I'm gonna be using the Caravaggio, the Queen Victoria and Prince Albert, and then the Kraken. So we have 113. But I think we're gonna be losing this round since we didn't cross the enemy side of the line and we have a fewer energy points. So our opponent has 150 and we have like 132. So we lost this round. Moving on, we're in the Space Arena. Sons of Liberty deducts the energy cost in our hand. So let's use Cheese Rolling, Helen Keller, and let's use Defensing. Opponent has 239, 269, and then 302. Our opponent has the advantage in here and we have the disadvantage. I mean, we have the advantage in here and our opponent has the disadvantage. So let's use the Chupacabra and then the Sons of Liberty, and then let's use the Cockatrice. So we have 112. Our opponent has 293, I think. So we have the disadvantage in here. So that's all we could find for the Kraken, but we can't. So let's use the Kumamoto Castle, the Dusky Dolphin, and let's use the Martin Luther King Jr. So we have 215. Our opponent has 225, 206, and then our opponent has 273. So we lost this round, and that was a great game. So apparently we've been losing this round. Most of our opponent in this round are using the that human body combo, the science card with the skeletal combo, and that was a great game. And if you guys enjoyed this video, click the like button, the subscribe button, ring the notification bell below. And with that said, thanks guys for watching and bye.